Some Texas wineries rely on grapes from California, where several vineyards there have lost grape crops, stocks, and entire properties. Tonight, KXAN's Alicia Inns looked into the impact this could have at home.
So in here's the barrels aging.
In the art of winemaking, time is half the battle. Time that's turning to ashes for fellow California vineyards.
It takes so long. You put so much into it. I mean, we put everything into it. Our lives, our families are affected by it just with the hours we put in through harvest.
Winemaker Tim Drake predicts 40% of Texas vineyards get some grapes from California. You might notice there's no grapes out here on the vines at Flat Creek, and that actually could be the silver lining in all of this, because most of, if not all, of the grapes had been harvested in California before the fires. But the wine coming to your table may not be so lucky. There's another fatal felon for the grapes that are still left in California: smoke taint.
It's like an ashtray. It's just ash, and cigarette ash is the flavor, unpleasant.
So what can we do? Well, it's not that Texas doesn't want to help. Drake says it can't.
We don't produce enough grapes for Texas, let alone to help the supply that's been lost over there.
Time may tell a different story in the way Texas vineyards help supply meet demand.
We have the potential between here and up in the high plains to really be able to form a buffer in the future, but not for a while.
While no amount of lost wine amounts to the loss of lives and homes, livelihoods based around the industry may be devastated.
We only get one shot a year.
Alicia Inns, KXAN News.
It may take until spring to know exactly how many vines were damaged by the fire and heat in California. We also spoke to some wine merchants in Austin who expect prices on some wines to go up. Right now, it's just too hard to tell what the full impact will be. Grape growers told us they are hearing stories from growers in California mirroring tips you can use to protect your own home. Number one is defensible space. You want at least 30 feet of clearing between your home and heavy growth areas. That way flames cannot travel as easily onto your property. Some wineries were going as far as using hoses to spray the ground around vines to keep embers from igniting their crops. It's also important to think of brush, particularly here in autumn. And dead, dry material becomes instant fuel for a fire. Remember, you also want to think about clipping and pruning trees and brushes on your property high off the ground, at least 6 feet. It's a safeguard for any flames already on the ground from catching lower limbs and racing upward into other vegetation.